Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bigger Than Race, exposure to all things truth, whether you like it or not, with unique perspectives from different beings from all walks of life. This is Bigger Than Race. Investigate truth on your own terms.
Welcome back to Bigger Than Race. Boom, give me all your Bitcoins.
My son was in Iraq. He spent a year there. He got the Bronze Star. He got the Conspicuous Service Medal. He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes. And I resent like hell. I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about.
I don't know, Bo. I know Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't
cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until you became vice president. And once you became vice president, he made a fortune in Ukraine, in China, in Moscow,
That is simply
and various
not
other places.
true.
He
My
made a
son,
fortune.
my son,
and he didn't have a job.
my son, like a lot of people we know at home, had a drug problem. He's overtaken it. He's fixed it. He's worked on it, and I'm proud of him.
But why was
proud
he
of
given
my
tens
son.
of millions?
Mr. President, your campaign agreed that both sides would get 2-minute answers uninterrupted. Well, your side agreed to it, and why don't you observe what your campaign agreed to as a ground rule, okay, sir?
He never keeps his word.
He
It's going to create thousands and millions of jobs, good paying jobs.
But let him finish, sir.
He doesn't know.
Trump, you
I'm
go first.
urging my supporters to go into the polls and watch very carefully, because that's what has to happen. I am urging them to do it. But I hope it's going to be a fair election. If it's a fair
You're
election,
urging what?
I am 100% on board. But if I see tens of thousands of ballots being manipulated, I can't go along with that.
I can't go along with that. That is exactly right. I can't go along with that. I can't let them continue to manipulate us. Continue to manipulate and play against our emotions. Feeding us a bunch of hopium every day, every video. Oh, this is going to happen tomorrow. This is going to happen next week. This is going to happen at swell event. This is going to happen when Brad Garlinghouse reveals himself as the bearable guy 123. This is going to happen when David Shorts gets a haircut. This is going to happen. Oh, it's always going to happen. People might think, oh, Brando, you've lost your way. Don't give up. Hang in there. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't given up on anything. If you listen to my videos, I still hold XRP. But I think Stellar is prime time. See, there's levels to anything. There's a freshman, and you got varsity. I mean, JV, junior varsity, then varsity. You know what I mean? And then you got rookies, and you got vets. And you got a vice president, and you got a president. Ladies and gentlemen, then you also have Stellar, and then you have XRP. Bond Crip said, oh, I know XRP is connected to the White House. But let's see if you guys can find Stellar connected to the White House. Ladies and gentlemen, Stellar is so connected to the White House, it sleeps in the left wing. They worship the lumen. Moves at the speed of light. And I remember vividly, President Trump said, we got something so fast it'll make your head spin. Boom! Boom shakalaka. Now, we have a bit of information here. Sparks Flames gathered. She's a great researcher, as I am, but she goes deep. So deep she might see the devil. But I digress. So what we're going to do is we're going to tap in to this first document here. Is the Stellar Fed. This is going to show all of their connections to the Fed in the White House. Here is Stellar Fed. Create a Stellar address. Your email address for the Stellar address. Create it at stellarfed.org. Stellarfed.org. So you guys can go look that up. You create a password here. So it's just like similar to Pay ID. Create Stellar address. Okay? And then this next one here is from Stellar Fed. Compliant. These are things that they got going on. Compliant. The service is compliant with the Federation Protocol defined by Stellar Organization. So this is a jewel right here. The service is compliant with the Federation Protocol defined by Stellar Organization. Send Lumen using just email. Send lumens to someone using their email, even if they do not have an existing Stellar account already. Federation Service provides Stellar Federation service to look up a Stellar account using a easy-to-remember email address. Email notifications. Receive email notifications when someone sends you payment via the Stellar network to your Stellar account. Processed 1.324 million payment and account creation. Then here on the Stellar Fed, easy to use. Send Lumen using recognition Stellar address instead of using Stellar account ID. This will help give you some assurance that you are sending it to the right person. Supported by most wallets, including Stellar's account viewer, which is where I store my Stellar. Some of it. Here we have a documentation. Stellar Federation. Updated content is available in the new document. So it shows you the connection. Pretty much the Stellar Federation protocol maps Stellar addresses to more information about a given user. It's a way for Stellar client software to resolve email-like addresses such as name, yourdomain.com into account. Stellar address provides an easy way for users to share payment details by using a syntax that interoperates across different domains and providers. Then you see here the Stellar address. Stellar addresses are divided into two parts separated by the username and the domain. JED is the username, stellar.org is the domain. Somebody look up what JED is in Gematria and comment down below in the box. But also here, yeah, JED is the username, stellar.org is the domain. So this document shows this connected to the Fed. And you guys can go to these websites yourself and see this. And this other document here from stellar.org, a depreciation notice. This guide explains how to set up a Stellar Anchor service using a legacy flow outlined in SEP 0003. For most use cases, we actually recommend the working flows specified in SEP 0024. We are working on new documentation that explains that workflow, and it will be ready soon. In the meantime, check the basic Anchor implementation section included in SEP 0024. Remember Anchorage? When testing the bridge server, we added a memo to the transaction in order to identify what customer account is created. Well, what a customer account to credit. However, other people and organizations using Stellar might not know they need to do that. How do they find out? The Stellar Federation Protocol allows you to convert a human-readable address like jed.crypto or whatever .com to an account ID. It also includes information about what should be in a transactions memo. When sending a payment, you contact a Federation server first to determine what Stellar account ID to pay. Luckily, the bridge server does this for you. Basically, they're telling you right there they're connected to the Fed. Stellar is connected to the Fed. We also have this document here. Danielle Dixon, House Financial Services Committee briefing takeaways. Last week, I had the opportunity to go to Capitol Hill, virtually, of course, and join a panel of experts to brief members of the House Financial Services Committee FinTech Task Force about blockchain technology and its role in transforming financial services. I love speaking about the power of blockchain, and speaking to members of Congress about it is important. Of Congress about it is important. I don't know why. I want to help them to have confidence in this technology, and particularly in Stellar. I focused my time in front of the task force on the role that Stellar and blockchain plays in payments and more. Come on, guys. White House connected. Also, here's something that we found in this report here also is up, and I'm going to show you that. While everyone argues about which blockchain is the fastest, how much yield you can get, or what your coin rank is, SDF is doing work on Capitol Hill for regulation. And this connected to Stellar. Stellar, Kraken, and 0x awarded board seats at top crypto lobbying association. Come on, guys. This is bullish content. Stellar is in like Flynn. Here's another one. Open source Stellar Federation service. An email look-like address for your Stellar wallet. Good day, Luminats. Folks, I have been experimenting with Stellar in my spare time. Take deep dive when you want to learn. So I code in one of Stellar's features, the Federation Protocol. The result of this curiosity is site My Stellar ID. It is a Stellar Federation third-party service that can be used to make your own domain as Stellar Federation address without hassle. Another one. Come listen to Public Node podcast number 10. Brian and Daniel discuss digital wallets on the open and inclusive Stellar network. Specifically, they discuss the business case and potential future for non-custodial wallets. Capitol Hill. Stellar. Come on, guys. This is bigger than we think. And I can't let them take advantage of your emotions. A lot of people have a lot of money in XRP. And they keep putting more money into it. They buy more XRP than they buy Stellar. Smart ones have both. But Stellar is not to be played with. XLM is the ticker sign. I believe they have more connections and partnerships that are unannounced than people even realize. There's so much digging on Stellar. And rightfully so. It's time to put people on notice about XLM and all of its wonders. The onion is so big and juicy. You know, of course, it has to be an organic onion. It's a shame that we have to even get to this point where we have to have two types of onions. Back in the day, we didn't have that. An apple was a goddamn apple. Today, we got organic apples and regular apples. But which one did Adam and Eve eat? Goddammit. It wasn't just an organic apple, or you was just sitting on there being all organic and juicy. Hell no, it was just a goddamn apple. Now you got everybody confused about apples. The apples that are not organic, if you taste them, they taste like medicine. All that nastiness. But you understand where I'm coming from. Stellar is connected to the White House. You can also see here on this SDF on Capitol Hill. I'm not going to read all of this to you. House Financial Services Committee briefing takeaways. And this was where I highlighted that screenshot which showed you she was talking about Stellar. And it tells you right here, what is Stellar? Stellar is an open permissionless decentralized ledger or blockchain network that is optimized for payments. So Stellar is on this document. It is on this document connected. And there are built-in compliance tools on Stellar. They're just pretty much breaking down what Stellar is. And I broke already down the most important part within that screenshot. Well, but Stellar is the one. So this will definitely be in the description box. But also coming to Alibaba Cloud, Introduction to Federation in Stellar Blockchain. So shows you Stellar here. Stellar is one of the most used blockchain network right now in terms of market capitalization and adoption. According to CoinMarketCap, at the time of writing, Stellar is the rank 6 out of 100 cryptocurrencies. Huh. Federation, what and why? One of the main goals of new blockchain technologies nowadays is to make their features more accessible to the rest of the world, meaning to peoples with not clear understanding of all the mechanic that is happening behind, although they would like to or need to take advantage of this technology. Bringing the blockchain to the non-tech peoples to enhance the adoption is something being done from multiple angles. One of them is actually enabling peoples normally uniquely identified into the blockchain by a key pair. Public and secret key, both of them cryptographically linked, to transact just by using a Stellar address instead of the long public key of 56 characters. Stellar address, creating a Stellar address. Yeah, showing you how to do this to make your own Stellar Federation address. I don't see all this for XRP. I'm just saying. Federation server, this is on stellar.org. Depreciation notice. The guide explains how to set up a Stellar Anchor service using a legacy flow outline. Yeah, we already went over this in the screenshot. So it's just basically showing you again. And I'll link this stuff in the description box so you guys can actually see this for yourself. Here is my Stellar ID, free Stellar Federation address. Yours, my Stellar ID. So wouldn't this Stellar Federation be connected to the Fed? They want to control everything. Makes sense, right? And it would make sense why Stellar is in the space. Because they want to control everything. That's the goal. So, and it makes sense. Maybe the videos with Ripple and the commercials and all that, maybe they're truly meeting on Stellar's behalf. We don't know that. Maybe they're telling us things, but they're referring to Stellar. Wouldn't you think so? You think they're not using some of the money that's being generated from people investing in XRP? Absolutely they are. We don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. We don't know. No one knows unless you're in the club. And even if you're in the club, you don't know. You don't know what you think you know. You know partial truths. So everybody just spitting out partial truths. And I'm here just questioning you. You have to ask questions. Don't ever take somebody's word blindly. People can tell you that, they're buying the dips. And they could be buying the dips of Stellar. And you think they buying XRP. And you like, I'm going to buy a dip too. God damn it. And you just dip buying. And you don't know you buying into the wrong dip. If you get my drift. Ladies and gentlemen, there's more to come. Stellar is connected to the Fed. Connected to the White House. Oh, say, can you see? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I always felt weird doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance. I will never do that thing again. Anyways, don't judge me. I'm just me, speaking my truth and my perspective. If you have a problem with that, it's not me. It is you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of the subscribers, the likes, the comments. I just want to challenge you all to think differently, to accept other alternatives than the narrative that is being spread. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a Patreon group. Join the Patreon. There's other things that are going down in there that I think people would appreciate. You'd be notified on things early as far as other investment opportunities to make money. Other things that I don't talk about on YouTube are in the Patreon group. There is a lot going on in there. So check it out. The link is in the description. There's 2 tiers. If you want me personally, you want to call me and talk to me, there's a tier for that. And if you want to get in the group, you need help with stuff, you got a question you want to ask, go to the Patreon. I know there's a lot of people that are asking, technical questions on how to get this coin, how to do that, how to stake certain coins, how to do this, how to do that. I want to help you, but it would be better if you join the Patreon group. Honestly. Because you can get certain information that took me a long time to understand. A lot of times people they want to know how to do certain things, but they don't want to put in the work for it. So I don't mind helping people. I'm here to help. But you got to work with me. Join the Patreon group. And let me help you understand this crypto stuff a little more than you already do. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Sparks Flames. I want to thank myself. And I want to thank all of you. Did you know who this is? This is your boy, Brando. Investigate truth on your own terms.
Give me all your Bitcoins, babe.